Welcome back, all you mystic hard, mystic hot people out there. Welcome to Quantum Merging, where we explore beautiful conversations of love and sex. Yes, I think it is important to pause. We all need our pause button, our alone time. Um, the alone time initiates self-care, and we need that self-care opportunity so that we can even feel our sexuality. I mean, the immediate way to feel your sexuality is literally, if you place your hand in your beautiful temple here or on it, you're automatically bringing consciousness to that point. And it's important to go to the pleasure part of your brain. And so to hold yourself and even imagine being with your lover or your last beautiful sensual sexual relationship, and go there and feel that that's going to awaken the pleasures, the pleasure part of the brain and the pleasure parts of the body. So we have to, just like any other discipline in self-care, allow ourselves to get in touch with that energy. I mean, for me, as soon as I roll my hips and have an image of, a beautiful sensual experience, I immediately can start to let go into some pleasure thoughts. And it's the pleasure thoughts that are important for us to have. So we balance out all the fearful thoughts, all the negative thoughts, all the anxiety. We need to balance that out. So hip rolls, imagination, softly caressing yourself, take a bath and, feel your body and move your hips and touch your sacred place and let it take you to some blissful, pleasureful thoughts. Signals of sexiness would be a lower octave in the voice, a responsive, a blissful feeling to the world around you, a sense of how your body is moving. If your body is relaxed and at kind of this slower rhythmic pace, to me that's situated more in the sensual realm. So signs would be physical movement slowing down, voice a little bit lower, being turned on by life more, being turned on by looking at other people more, being turned on by watching something beautiful, being turned on by a piece of art, being turned on by nature more. These are all going to be signs that your sensual, sexual being is more present in your whole being. And yet we have to allow ourselves to fully be sad, to fully be depressed, to fully feel the fear of whatever it is we fear. It's important to allow yourself to totally go there, surrender, accept, and understand that is just part of the human process, and we're only human beings processing this environment, this experience. And so just allow and forgive yourself for being human and having to go through such hardship so you can transform. It is part of the process, at least it seems to be so from my experience. Because there's always a gift when you are transforming into something new, when you reach that awareness, everything that was before is now different. And so you have this newness to your relationship with the world and your relationship with others. And because you've brought this new understanding now to the relationship. And when there is a newness in relationship, there's often more excitement and freshness and more depth and more beauty. And so when you come back together after going through a heavy transformation, there's actually more seeds you can plant in your garden. And so there's more sensuality, more juiciness, more love, more beauty. It all becomes even more. So we have to hold on to that progression of the highs and the lows still leading us to an enhanced being, more than what we were before. And so there's always still something beautiful to be had. And it's not about always feeling sexy and turned on. It's about continually transforming so everything is new and fresh in the eyes of your lover. For me, sexuality feels like a key that can unlock awakenings or deeper awarenesses of being human. And not just being human, but being human alongside the understanding of your spirit and who your spirit is. So embodying humanness with a higher essence of your being moving through your form. I see it as this way of opening up to Source. It feels as if it actually is a way to open your heart, your body, and your spirit to Source, to remind you of what being in union is truly about. So the more suppressed we are when we do taste freedom, there is a relishing of that that's much greater. There's an understanding of that that's much greater. So it's almost like there's more gratitude. When there's more gratitude for something, it has more power. So if we truly have a deep gratitude for our own freedom, that freedom will just become more innate and inherent in us as we embody that understanding more and more. Wow. My sense and my feeling is that when you are with your lover in the bedroom, the requirements of being there fully open, fully surrendered, fully accepting of yourself and the other, full trust, when all these elements are there, we should be able to let go into our absolute open, free being. And if we're holding back any of our absolute free, open being, it often shows up in the dynamic in the bedroom. If you're embarrassed to do something, or if you can't, or if you feel like you're not good enough, or you're too scared, it hurts too much, you're not willing to let go into the pleasure pain or whatever, you're not allowing yourself to be a part of the cosmic dance, whether it's storm or lightning or thunder, are you able to open up to all of that and fully receiving all of that without any hesitation of your being open to whatever's coming to you? So if we can't carry this openness in the bedroom, there are these blocks being shown through our inability to let go and be free and be open, then this is going to be a clear reflection of wounds in the being, wounds in the body that need some healing in order for that freedom and that openness to be in its absolute in that realm. When you get to that absolute freedom and openness, there is this endless dance of blissful exchange of love and light that can happen continuously, and that charge is what allows us to, create the key that unlocks the door to that ecstasy that is an innate gift given to us that delivers the power and the strength of our entire being to live in the truth of who we are, so that nothing in the material, quote-unquote, realm affects you in any way that changes your stance in love. And it's a dance. You can get to these blissful, pleasureful states and one day have a block that arises, or a wound, or a letting go and a crying of that you didn't even know you still had. So the unfolding of the wounds can also be endless, but they're only beautiful pockets of healing that can be filled with love and be part of a recipe of a blissful nature or a blissful way of being. Yes, we are all made of love and here to love and be loved. And this is the nature of us. And so, however we want to express being loved and loving another is how we should express it. And that can come in endless forms, and we are all different expressions of that. So there are endless ways to express love and being loved. And yes, that's all we were made to do. And that is all that we are. And everything else is mostly an illusion, because that is what is real and the true reality of our existence. I think the divine feminine message is that there is a grace falling upon all of us, and I think the most beautiful thing we can do is open our hearts fully to that grace and bathe in it.